I think the reason why Christians believe things is because of the faith that they have in God and Jesus and the gospel.
Yeah.
So they believe the gospel news that
Yeah.
Jesus died for their sins, and that's why they believe everything. That's the basis of their faith.
Like, if I ask you now, where in the Bible they talk about the resurrection, do you know the specific chapters and verses? How are you so sure that Jesus rose from the dead?
I don't have any physical proof, so it's faith. So it's believing what I can't prove.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's this faith based on?
The faith is based on a belief in the gospel.
Mm-hmm.
So believing that, like, Jesus died for my sins.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. And do you think so it basically comes from the Bible?
Yeah.
Essentially. Do you think the Bible's a trustworthy source?
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Why do you ask that? Why do you ask that? Trustworthy in terms of...
Because I think, like, our beliefs in Christianity, it mainly stems from our faith on this holy text, which is the Bible.
Yeah.
So as a result, I think it's important for us to determine why we trust the Bible, essentially. And I think where I've struggled with my faith as I've gotten older is just see more things online that sort of argue that the Bible might not be as trustworthy a source of text as we think. And what I've noticed in our society is that a lot of people claim to be Christian, and as a result, that would entail that they believe in things like the resurrection and Jesus' birth and Jesus as like the Son of God and stuff like that. But they don't actually, I feel like they don't actually know why they believe that. I actually think most Christians don't really read the Bible, I'll be honest. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
They don't hot seat. Why do you say that you think they don't read the Bible?
Because I think most people don't know why they believe what they believe. Like, if I ask them why, they can't say, well, because in the Bible, in this verse, in this chapter, it says this. Like, if I ask you now, where in the Bible they talk about the resurrection, do you know the specific chapters and verses?
No. But why do you believe that the earth moves around the sun?
Oh, shit, damn. Because, I guess that's a good question.
Because someone told you.
Yeah. No, you can't do this to me. I'll do this to you first. Because what I was going to say, I think why you believe the resurrection is not actually because you have faith in the Bible. It's because someone told you. Now, fair enough, you got me as well. Like, a lot of the things I believe about the world and like science.
But can't it be both?
I guess it...
Like, can't someone tell you something and then you also...
But I feel like if
subscribe to that belief system.
Yeah, you can. But then, if that's the only reason why you believe it, that would suggest that you don't actually have faith in the Bible. You have faith in what someone told you.
But I think the reason why Christians believe things is because of the faith that they have in God and Jesus and the gospel.
Yeah.
So they believe the gospel news that Jesus died for their sins, and that's why they believe everything. That's the basis of their faith.
But I don't think that's the basis of your faith. Not to put you on the spot. I think, I don't know. Have you read the whole gospel?
I mean...
I think that's a no. I think that's a no.
Well, you mean like the whole Bible front? Like,
I wouldn't say the whole Bible because that's a lot. I can't lie. But even just the gospel, which I think is probably the most important part of why you
I think
be a Christian.
You've
read the whole gospel?
I probably have.
Which chapters is the gospel in?
Why are you hot seating me? Like, this is not a quiz.
No, genuine question.
Like Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, no?
I don't even know the answer. You might be right. I think it definitely is around that side of the Bible.
Okay.
But the point I was trying to make is like, if you can't really pinpoint where like the good news of the gospel, that like specific message comes in the Bible, then for me that would suggest that it's like what you were trying to say about me and why I believe the sun, the earth moves around. The earth moves around.
You don't even know. You don't have a clue.
Whatever, how that works, like, is what you're trying to say. Is like, I believe that because someone told me. I'm okay to accept that with a lot of my beliefs because I'm a bit weird and I'm actually, I kind of like have a lot of skepticism about a lot of the things I believe.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of Christians, and just because you're here, we're using you as an example.
Are you not Christian?
Okay, this is where it gets long.
Yeah.
I would say,
I mean-
and I've kind of made this up. Some people get it. Like I've spoken about this with David. I would say I'm a Christian agnostic. I don't know if
Interesting.
that makes any sense to you.
Yeah, I mean, because I know you, it does.
But yeah, just to explain that a bit more for anyone curious who's watching. So obviously agnosticism is where you kind of like don't know. We kind of all know what being a Christian is.
Yeah.
So I say I'm Christian agnostic because I was brought up Christian. I still believe in a God.
Okay.
But because I was
Do you
brought up
believe in
Christian,
Jesus?
for the most part, I believe in Jesus. I believe he existed.
Okay.
I don't know what he's on though. I don't know who he
I
is.
don't know what he's on.
Like I don't necessarily know who he is because a lot of what this is what I'm trying to explain. Most of my understanding of God and as a result, like Jesus, comes from the Christian worldview and like the Bible and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which again, like I don't know how much it actually comes from the Bible or what people have told me the Bible says, because I haven't actually read the whole Bible myself.
Yeah.
But the point I'm trying to make is like I say I'm Christian agnostic because I guess I frame God and my understanding of God under the Christian worldview because that's all I know. That's what I've been brought up with.
Yeah.
But as I've gotten older, I question things and I feel like I'm unsure about things and I don't know about a lot of things. But because I still believe in God, I just say I'm Christian agnostic. I don't know if that makes sense. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I get you.
Yeah. But yeah, the point I was trying to make is like if you just take a random Christian, I think they haven't read that much of the Bible, if I'm being honest. And I think as a result, it's hard to say that their belief in Christianity comes from their faith in the Bible. I think it actually comes from culture and traditions and like upbringing and like what their family told them or what a pastor told them at church, what their friends say to them about like their religion.
So essentially, you don't think that like the average Christian has a fundamental understanding of why they believe what they believe, or why they have faith.
I think the average Christian, doesn't know. Yeah, I think the average Christian doesn't even read the Bible. I'll be honest.
Okay.
Not on a regular basis. I think they see a lot of like the mainstream verses that get quoted around online. They know all the good parts as well. But there's a lot of dark stuff in there as well that they don't really know about. And I think if they read it, they might
have more questions.
They'll have more questions. They might even question the whole faith in general. If you like this episode, we're going to be doing more things like this. We're going to be talking about like philosophical concepts, trying to apply them to modern day situations. If that's the kind of stuff you want to be seeing, make sure to like, comment, subscribe and all of that stuff. Also, there's going to be a link in the description to a community I'm starting. It's a new online community where you guys can talk about conversations like this. Might even do live video calls as well. If that's something you're interested in, check that out as well.
Yeah, I saw something. I'm not sure if it was a podcast or like an interview, but it was saying like with religion and faith, like that's sort of the only thing where information can be passed down from generation to generation, but you still have to kind of start from the beginning for yourself. But whereas like with other things, for example, like take any subjects like maths or history, you can kind of build from the previous generation and start from where they left off.
Yeah.
But when it comes to religion and faith, like everyone starts from zero. Everyone starts from like their own understanding, which starts from nothing. So you have to kind of like work that out for yourself. So I think when you're talking about the average Christian, I actually agree with you. I think the average Christian is trying to start from where maybe their parents left off, or where what their parents have given them.
I think that's how we must start.
But I think when it really comes down to it, they need to start from zero for themselves.
Okay.
I don't think you can, when it comes to like faith, I don't think you can start like, obviously you can, if you've grown up in a Christian household, you're kind of off the blocks already. But I think once you come to an age where you're actually navigating life for yourself, I think you start from zero again. Like you kind of have to work things out for yourself. Yeah, like
I agree.
They say salvation is personal. Like you need to figure stuff out, or figure out why you believe what you believe. Figure out what questions you have and try and answer them.
No, I definitely agree with that. I think it's actually something I've noticed. Like with a lot of us, like I think we all get to that age. I think it's around like uni time, where you're kind of like thrown deep in like, well, it's not really uni time, but uni time is like the first time you're kind of starting to live independently, think for yourself, and like
you're exposed to life a little bit.
More, and it's like, it's at least for me, anyways. That's where I started now also questioning like religion a bit more as well, because it's like my parents weren't really there to like, I wouldn't say force me, but like really like influence me. Like, this is the truth, and like this is how everything works. And I started being able to like ask myself, why do I believe this or that?
Yeah.
And I've noticed that's happened with a lot of people as well. Some people I think even makes you go deeper into like your faith. Like, I noticed a lot of people at uni, like I've found out like some of my friends from primary school around uni times, they got into like SPAC Nation and stuff like that. So I've noticed a lot of people, they question it more and then they go deeper, or a lot of people also, they question it more and it just,
they go away, like,
it pushes them away and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I actually don't know where I was going with that, but
I think, like, I mean, an environment like uni will kind of force you to reevaluate different areas of your life in general.
Definitely.
Religion, because religion is so closely tied to like the sort of life that you lead, is naturally gonna be a turning point, whether you decide to go deeper within your faith or you decide to pull back and go down a different sort of path. But
I'm actually curious though, why do you think at uni around that time we start to question religion and our faith more? Like, what's happening at uni? I have my ideas about this. What do you think is happening?
It's kind of, you touched on the fact that, you know, you're away from your parents, or most people are away from their parents. You're starting to live life like an adult. And I think that's one of the core purposes of uni, actually. So you're starting to navigate life by yourself. And if you had, like, prior to uni, if you had been going to church just because of your parents, now you have a choice. Now you have a choice of whether you want to keep going to church out of your own faith, or whether now that pressure is gone, you can kind of just drop it out. So it's a bit of a crossroads that uni presents.
I hear that. I think that's part of it, but I also think there's more to it, if I'm being honest. I have a lot of different views around this. But another thing that I think causes this sort of like turning point where people either go super deep into the religion or they're just done with it is I think at uni is where a lot of us get exposed to, like, I don't know how to refer to it. I want to say like the darker sides of life. Like, that's where a lot of us get more into like some of our vices, like drinking, like sex, like partying.
Do you think that pushes people away? Or
I think it can
either push you away or push you to
one way or the other. So I feel like some people, I think like they go too hard with the partying and drinking. And
you need some balance.
Yeah, you need balance, and like those things can come with a lot of consequences. Like, I do feel like, personally, I think those things can be enjoyed in moderation. But I think a lot of people struggle with moderation. So what happens is they start dabbling with those things more, start partying more, and then bad things start happening. Maybe they get pregnant, or like, I'm just gonna keep it real. Maybe they get an STD or something, and I think that scares them.
And they turn to God.
And then they turn to God. Cause shit's dark now, shit's long. And I think, not everyone can handle the realization that our actions and choices in life like come with a lot of consequences. Some of these consequences can be like irreversible, life-changing. And then they prefer like to just outsource their decision making to like religion. I don't think they would see it like that.
Interesting.
But I think that's what happens. And that's where you get some people like super like devoted to God. And I also think they generally have like PTSD from like the lifestyle they lived, and they're worried about other people going down that same path. And that's where you got those like people deep into like evangelizing and trying to make sure everyone goes down the same path. But I think some people dabble in those things. Maybe they face some L's, or like some bad shit happens as a result of like potentially like going too hard. But they kind of just accept it. They're like, oh, that's what it is. I'll try not to do that again, or I'll try and moderate this. And
do you think like your reaction to what life throws at you, or what you kind of experience life like during like uni, for example, do you think your reaction to that is you're kind of born with like a predisposition on how you react to certain things? So like for person A might like you said, they might get an STD or something tragic happens to them and they turn to God, and another person might go through the same thing and do something completely different. Like, do you think we're kind of born with a natural predisposition to a certain reaction, or that's like more of like a nurture thing? Like, do you think it's nature or nurture how we respond to different life events?
That is a great question.
Because like, don't you think that would influence who's more likely to become a bit more like religious or...
Yeah, that is a great question. It's something I've thought about. I'm not too sure what the answer is to that.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that there probably isn't a straightforward answer.
Yeah.
But the first thing that's come to my mind is, as you say that, is like, if I'm being real, I think some people... It sounds kind of elitist, but some people don't have what it takes to like handle... Some people don't have what it takes to like handle the weight of life and like how significant it can be if they make the wrong decisions. And I think some people are more passive and don't have the will or strength to like deal with the uncertainty and like be okay with things going wrong. I'm not to big myself
interesting
up.
You use the word will and strength. Like, it's interesting.
Why is that interesting?
Words, like, because like I'm not too sure like 100% on the stats, but I think there are more women that are like religious minded around like in this like younger like early 20s. It tends to be more women that are like I mean there's more women in churches. There's so I'm not quite sure what the like, I don't want to say the wrong thing.
You're trying to tread carefully. But I see where this is going.
But
I'll say it for you. And again, guys, we're just exploring these thoughts. Like, we love women. Like, it's not like that.
Yeah, we love women.
I think what you're trying to say is, and this is actually a thing that I think has been like sort of like studied online. And again, I don't really know stats or like proper facts around this stuff, but I think the general consensus, some people suggest that women are more prone to, I guess, subscribing to religion as they go through life. And I feel like life just gets hard as time goes on.
Yeah.
Because I guess they are a bit more, not all women, but I think some people suggest that you might be more passive as a woman.
I think agreeable, like you're more likely to...
I mean, if you look at traditional gender roles, if you look at traditional gender roles, which I think most people can agree how that's like transpired throughout like human history, the woman did take on more of a submissive role. Like a woman gets proposed to, a man comes to them, marries them, brings them into their family. And I guess the idea was that the man leads the family. So I guess people would argue that women are more often to find themselves in the church because they want to be led. And it's like, you know, one way of looking at it is like they come to church so God can like be lead that them. Man to lead them in life. Do you know what I mean? But as a man, it's like
you don't want to be led.
You don't want to be led. You don't want people telling you what to do.
You
kind of want to be the architect of your own life, solve your own problems, do what you want to do. And I feel like just making this a bit less sexist, like let's take it away from men and women. I think in general, someone, like any individual, man or woman, who is more like, who feels more like independent and wants to take control of their life, be more in control, I think they're less likely to subscribe to religion throughout their life because they don't want to feel like they have to pray when problems come. They don't want to be like someone else is gonna. They might be on this idea that no one's gonna save them, and they have to solve their own problems and deal with the consequences of their actions. Where some people kind of want someone to save them, if that makes sense. And I think those people are more likely to be religious. And I think that's one of the reasons why I've struggled with religion, because growing up, I felt like I've been forced into situations where no one's gonna save me, and I feel like I found a lot of benefits in feeling like I'll just save myself But strangely, I think why I'm still kind of religious, why I say I'm Christian agnostic, is because there are times where I tried to save myself and solve my own problems, and I just couldn't. And I feel like I just got lucky, and like there was some like divine intervention that sorted me out. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe. Check out our online school community. There's going to be a link in the description down below. Other than that, thanks for watching. Conscious we're running out of time, so whatever you have to say on that. Final thoughts.
Sometimes I think about like I said earlier, how we are predisposed to react to certain life events, and I think that actually has a bigger impact than a lot of people give credit for. So I think, like you said, I think some people are naturally more inclined to get onto the program of religion or subscribe to like religious beliefs just from the perspective of how, like, their personality. I think that plays a big part. So if you're naturally more of a disagreeable person, you're naturally more individualistic, I think you can struggle with that, like you said, and I think I've also experienced that. But I remember what I was going to say. I don't think it's necessarily black and white. I think you can still have that individualistic mindset, or having a mindset of I'm gonna get this done. But I think you can also have that mindset and be religious. And I know people that are like that, where they do lean on religion, but then they also take personal action in their lives.
Yeah.
So I think you can take personal action and also lean on God when you need to, or I don't know if that makes sense, but I don't think it's either or. I think there is a middle ground.
Yeah, it's like a spectrum where you stand.
Yeah.
No, I think I agree with that. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe. Check out our online school community. There's going to be a link in the description down below. Other than that, thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Peace.